everyone, my name is Easton Dias and today you're at Basic Marine Engineering. Recently I had an opportunity to present my research at Amity University at a conference. Thanks to my guide, Dr. Suraj Rane, who helped me in the research, and also thanks to all the mariners who gave their valuable time and gave me a lot of information on ballast water treatment plants. And also thanks to all the guys who helped me in giving the historical data, breakdown data, maintenance data, with the help of which I could do a lot of research and I could come to a conclusion. My research is as follows. Let's go to my presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Easton Dias, and I'm coming from Goa. I'm a marine engineer, and I was sailing as a third engineer. And right now, I am a lecturer at IMS and presently doing my ME. And my topic today is reliability analysis and risk prioritization in ballast water treatment plant. So the reason behind choosing this topic is because I was from a background of marine engineering, and the system which is there is used on ship. So trying to do the introduction, this system is very, very important on ship nowadays. And what has happened is because of the ballast water which is used on board, the ship stability can be maintained. And if that is not done, then the ship finds it very difficulty in maneuvering and doing stability. But by doing that, a lot of problems have arrived. So I want to tackle that part because research is not done on that. So in my PPT, first of all, I will discuss background of the study, problem statement, methodology, and then I will conclude. As I was telling you earlier, ballast water is one of the most important part today, and the number of ships which are sailing in the world are huge. And when they're transferring water from one part of the world to another part, unknowingly they have been carrying some kind of creatures from one place to another. Now, what has happened is because of this, after some period of time, certain creatures have been destroying the food chain, and because of which there are different types of diseases which have started arriving. Now, earlier what was happening is there was something called as ballast water exchange which was done. The idea is what that salt water will not survive in fresh water creatures will not survive in seawater. So that was the idea. So that's the reason things were progressing, but still people realized that is not enough. And then the mandatory code came in October 2019. And to understand this, I did a market study. I took data from a lot of experts, around 63 experts. And you can see the pie chart. The major portion is chief engineer. Chief engineer is the one who is having an experience of at least 15 years in marine field. So I have taken data from them. I found out what type of systems are good, what type of systems are creating problem, which are the parts which are creating problem. And from that, I found out that there is one type of system, one type of system which is better than the other one. And because of my connection with shipping companies, I already know that other systems are already not being chosen. So that's the reason I decided to select, two systems. And from those two systems, I already had an idea, which is shared by the experts that certain system is better. But I want to theoretically know whether it is very true or just the data which I've got, how far I can be accurate towards it. So first of all, what I did was my scope was collecting the data, doing research on that, and then trying to suggest some idea, some solution for it so that they can improve on it. Methodology, what I did was collected data. And then I wanted to make sure that the background or the data from the area I'm covering is already the same statistics or same area. Like earlier studies are done where people have checked the water condition is making issues for the system. So I wanted to make sure that the ships which are sailing from Europe, so that the background conditions are same. And what I did was I took the ships which are having 4 to 5 years of age, so that that part also is not affecting my study. And what I did was I found out the reliability. I did the comparison between them two. Then I have done failure mode effect analysis so that I can prioritize the equipments. Risk prioritization I can do. These are the two systems. On the left hand side, I have called it type 1, but it is basically a filtration and electrolysis. And the second one is type 2. That is UV system. These are the two systems which I have chosen. There are other systems also which are then marketed, but because of my knowledge, I know already the other systems are not preferred, and these are the two systems which are preferred. Now, within these two systems, I want to know which is the better one for my research. So what I did with the data which I collected, I did some scrutinizing on that because the data which I took was from machine alarms and from records, maintenance records, and then I had to scrutinize some data I had to remove out, and then I did the using the I did the analysis for probability plotting, and I came to know that Vibul 2 parameter and 3 parameter is very ideal for my data. And for that, I selected that addition value has to be less than very less, and p value has to be more than point 0.05. And the best p value I have taken, and with visual experience, I considered that Vibul and 3 parameter Vibul is very good. Okay. So the comparison here, you can see the graph as what I had got data from my experts. Same analysis came out that electrolysis is far better than UV, and UV gets starts deteriorating very fast, as we can see as the calculations what I have done and represented in the graph. Then what I have done is, again, I contacted the experts. This time I contacted the chief engineers, and with respect to that, then I assigned the occurrence, severity, and detection for both the systems. And what are the main components which are giving problems, those I have selected. And accordingly, I have calculated their RPN value. Now, while calculating the RPN value, accordingly, what I have done, I have prioritized them. Okay, I have prioritized them, and then accordingly, I have also done sensitivity analysis to find out how beta is reacting. Beta with increase does good at start and creates problem afterwards, and same way for scale parameter. It is if you increase, it is giving good results. So these two things, parameter, these two analysis will help me in finding out if tomorrow I want to test it on other things. It will give me some idea. So conclusion, what I will tell is certain equipments which I found that were giving problems. So I have given suggestions that we should try to improve the design on that, or we should try to have whichever is having a high RPN value, we should try to have more space. Look, on ship, the problem is what you are on sea. You cannot have space suddenly. If you don't have space, you're stuck. And nowadays, if you don't have, if you are not able to run the ballast water treatment plant, you get stuck in ports, and everything means money. It is not just money, small number. It's money which huge numbers. And I would say fluctuations, whatever fluctuations are to be there for electrical also incorporated. For UV, I would say higher, better quality UV lights, or having more parallel lights so that your system gives better reliability. And future scope, I would say I would like to do more analysis with physiology and FMEA. And further scope, I would say like trying out this suggestion which I've given, if you can incorporate and then try out how the reliability has improved. So this is my presentation. The references which I used this. Thank you for your patience and listening to my topic.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation. Now, the question answer forum is open.
The presentation was wonderful.
Thank you,
It
ma'am.
was really good. Actually, I'm asking the one question: which software you are using for the analysis?
Minitab for finding out the distribution, and then I calculated manually.
Okay, so the graph.
Minitab from Minitab I got.
Okay, so Minitab.
But the other after graphs I plotted separately. Those are not the reliability comparison which are there. You're asking.
Okay.
That I plotted separately with the calculation which I got. Then I plotted them separately.
So why don't you are using R Studio for this? It's open source software.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay, it's okay. So why you are using Vibble distribution for this? Because you said no, Vibble is convenient for you.
It is fitting the data which I got was the best fit, considering Anderson value and P value. Other distributions were not fitting, so I could not go for those distributions.
So are you trying other distributions?
Yeah, I have tried all the distributions. Only thing I have not put it in the graph in the PPT here.
Okay.
The best was only for me Vibul and Vibul 2 parameter and 3 parameter.
3 parameters.
Yeah.
So one is the shape, scale,
Yeah.
and the location
Location.
parameters. Okay, take it.
Dr. Shiwani, if you have any question, you can ask.
Yeah, it was very good presentation. I want to ask one question only. How did you assess failure probabilities?
Which I got, I did not use it in my what I collected was time between failures, ma'am, and that is the data which I used. And the failure probabilities I just as used as an inference for me, so that I will get an idea and selecting which particular type of equipment, and also selecting which particular area.
Okay, as you, I have seen that you have collected data set yourself, right? So I think you can use the historical data for this or simulation for calculation of this probabilities if you want for further improvement.
Yeah, but then the data which I collected from experts, initial data which I collected was taken with the help of Google Form. And what was happening there was a reliability of the data also. I was not very sure. Like the second data which I collected was with the machine records which gives out and maintenance logbooks which are there from the God. And I had selected certain people because I could verify that look, this data is from ship. So personally, I could not go on ship and take it. So I had to take it from other people. And only if the source was reliable, I could take that data. That's the reason it was limited to a shorter number of data, I would say, comparatively. But to get a general idea to compare whether this data which I got and whether this data was accurate and helpful, I could use the historical data which was given to me by the experts. So in it when I compared those two, it was giving me exactly what I had got with the experts. So that was like a benchmark which I used, and knowing that yes, whatever ships which I got these machine data was good enough for me.
Okay, and I have seen different types of risk is in your study. So how did you prioritize risk in the treatment process? Is there any like method
RPN
you
value,
have used?
whichever higher RPN value was there, uh,
Okay,
with that I calculated.
okay. Thank you.
My study is still ongoing. I'm planning to do physiology ahead and combine those two, but I have not done that yet. And I want to see whether it is affecting or it is giving any change from the present RPN value.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Could I ask just one question? Small, for one line.
Yeah, sure.
I would welcome you to get associated with the Reliability Society. We work on all these things. So you can just contact with Reliability Society Hyderabad. We would like to get associated. And whatever you have done, all these, there are a lot of mill standards, defense standards. I will work with all of them so we can get associated and do better research. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Hope you guys have liked it. And if you have any suggestions, you can mention down below. Thanks for all the help, whoever has helped me, and thanks for watching. Thank you.